Good morning again. This is Dwayne, and we've been doing a series called Good Stuff You Really Ought to Know About Music, all having to do with various aspects of music theory or music theory as related to piano playing. And one thing that a piano player has to do is he has to know how to turn around from one phrase to another. In other words, fill up the empty spaces in a song when the melody note is held for 4 or more beats. Sometimes, quite often, it's 4 or even 8 beats. So you have to know what to do. And we talked about a turnaround you can use when the fifth is on top, when the fifth note of the scale or the fifth note of the chord is on top. And we said you can do this. You can play the 3 chord minor 3 chord, then the 3 chord, then sink down to the minor 2 chord, and then the flat 2 chord, and then to the 1 chord. And we used an example. If you were playing that's the turnaround. Otherwise, it would just sit there. Amber waves of grain. You see, that's kind of boring if you just sit there. So it's good to know some things like that. And then last time we said that when the third's on top, because you never know where the melody is going to be. It could be on the fifth, third, could be on the root. It usually is. 95% of the time it's on one of those notes. So when the third's on the top, then you could do this. You could do 1, 6, 2, 5, or you can do 1 and then go up a half step to the diminished 7th chord, a half step above the root, and then the 2 minor 7th chord, and then the 5 chord. So it sounds like this. See that? That works. Now, what if the root's on top? What if the top note is the root? Could be up here, an octave, or there, doesn't matter. But what do you do there? Well, you can't use the, you can, but it sounds a little strange. And you can't use the, that clashes. Unless you do it rapidly, that clashes. So the best thing to do probably is the 1, 6, 2, 5 chord, but keep the root on top. In other words, C's on top on the C chord, C's on top of the A minor chord, that's the 6th chord, and C's on top on the D minor 7th chord, that's the 2 chord, and then keep C on top when you play the G 7th chord. Make a suspension out of it. In other words, don't play that, but that. So it's like this. And then you're ready to go on. Okay? So there's 3 possibilities. When the fifth's on top, when the third's on top, or when the root's on top. There's another possibility when the root's on top too. You could, if the song will tolerate it, you could do this. Flat 6, flat 2, and then 5. In other words, but it kind of depends on what the context, well, it very much depends on the context of the song and what genre you're playing in. Okay, if you're playing a folk song, that's a lot different than a jazz tune, obviously. So you have to use discretion there, which I know you will. So thanks for being with me, and if you enjoy these little tips, come on over to playpiano.com and sign up for our series of piano tips. So we'll see you there. Bye-bye for now.